doing it. You supposed to be happy you sitting there with Kid L. Why you mad?
The Kid L Podcast.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Rock and roll. My dog art is in the building. What's happening today, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's the realest coming out the north. I'm feeling good, man.
And you drop bangers, bro. You drop songs where I feel like all you need is more exposure in order for everything to just pop off, right? It's just a matter of time type of thing, right?
Yeah.
I seen your off the porch interview. We got a lot of feedback. A lot of people were tapping in. A lot of people curious about the Ann Arbor story, right?
Yeah.
Are you still? Do you like to represent Ann Arbor? Like, is that like the way that you want to push? Like,
Man,
background?
I'm Ann Arbor till I'm gone, for real, bro.
Is it how like you grew up your entire life in Ann Arbor from baby?
Ann Arbor, I was born and raised. I was born at the U of M hospital.
Yeah.
My mom took me home to Ypsilanti, you feel me? And then we lived out there for a little bit. And then my mom moved me and my family to Ann Arbor. And then that was when I was like 3, 4 years old.
Yeah.
And we just lived out in Ann Arbor for on the north side, particularly. North side of Ann Arbor. And I grew up there.
What do you think it is a problem with the people when they look at the city? Like, what's the issue? Like, do they think the music has to come from specific areas in order for it to hit harder? Like, why do you think people always have discrepancies with like where somebody grew up?
I feel like I just feel like, you feel me, it's a little bit of that. Like, you know, it's about like people like, you know, want to see the background, you know. So when they see most of the time people's background, when they see the background, what people see of Ann Arbor, they don't see what I seen basically growing up or what I went through, or you feel me, my trials and tribulations, you know, shit like that.
Because most people look at Ann Arbor almost like a peaceful, you know, peaceful, like vibey kind of like, it's like, what do you call it? It's not hipster.
It's college town.
College town.
You know, it's you know, right. It's right there, right by, you know, U of M. You know, I grew up literally right by the campus. You know, I could literally hop on I could walk to U of M campus if I wanted to.
Yeah. And so when people know the demographic of Ann Arbor, that's when they go like, well, what am I listening to the music for? And that's what the problem is. Like,
yeah.
People are kind of like limited in thinking when it comes to that.
But I mean, I honestly, like, I ain't never had no problem with that until like, you know, I don't even feel like it's a problem. I just feel like, you know, I ain't never had, like, it was never a little issue with that until the interview came out. Cause, you know, I always was getting, you know, do little numbers and, you feel me, had little sparks, a little buzz and shit like that. But I just feel like how the blogs took my interview and, you feel me, ran with it, that's what played a big major role of.
Break it down for people. Break it down like the scenario of doing the interview and how the blog started promoting it.
Okay, so what people don't know is when I was in Atlanta doing Off the Porch, I was walking around Atlanta I was in Atlanta for 4 days when I did that. When I was out in Atlanta that whole entire time, everybody was assuming I was from Detroit. So, you know, that kind of, you feel me, it brought fire in me because I'm not from Detroit. I was never brought up to claim a place that I was never from. That's just not how I was raised. That's not what I was taught. You know, so when I'm walking into clubs, I'm walking into smoke shops and telling people I'm a rapper, I'm from Michigan, first thing they say is Detroit. Are you from Detroit? Oh, Detroit, oh, you know this, that, Detroit this, you feel me? It brought fire into me because, you know, I'm from Ann Arbor. I want people to know, you feel me, about Ann Arbor. Okay, I'm from Ann Arbor, you know, at the end of the day. So right now I just feel like Detroit and Flint, you know, they got the wave going on. So I'm trying to bring my own wave and bring my own sound and, you feel me, kick it my own style.
How'd the blog spin it?
Like, I feel like they took it as like I was trying to make it paint the whole Ann Arbor as like hood, you know, and paint that, you know, I'm the, you feel me, the gangster of Ann Arbor, you know, at the end of the day, when I wasn't saying none of that. I'm just saying, you feel me, like, it's a hood everywhere, you feel me, at the end of the day. And it don't matter where you're at. You could take two buses and be in the wrong place. And that's just what I was saying. And you feel me, the way I grew up, I didn't grow up how everybody grew up in Ann Arbor. And that's just facts.
What was your life like growing up in Ann Arbor?
My life growing up in Ann Arbor was, you know, it was struggles. You know, we had struggles, you feel me? Like, at the end of the day, I didn't grow up in no house. I grew up in really the neighborhood that was really one of the worst neighborhoods in Ann Arbor, really. If you go do your research on Arrowwood was Pontiac Heights, to be exact. You feel me? Was like literally the place where you do not want to go to. So I just feel like if people did their research and people, go check, at the end of the day, I don't gotta, prove nothing to nobody at the end of the day, because the people who know, they know. So like that's just how I felt about it.
Talk about your upbringing a little bit, man. You're saying there's some struggle involved in it, but like, what was like the day to day?
My day to day was okay. My mom was glued to a 9-to-5. My mom, we didn't grow up with just getting everything I wanted. I didn't be able to ask my mom, can I get this, and be able to get that. I had to work. I had to, you feel me, fend for myself.
How old did you start working?
I was 13 years old when I got my first job.
Damn, son.
I've been working since I was 13. So
and then that money went towards your mom, like just to help her with the bills.
I remember helping my mom with bills. I remember helping my mom with AAU trips. I remember helping my mom with hotels. I remember seeing my mom struggle to pay for hotels. I remember watching my mom put up credit cards and, you feel me, withdraw. I watched us lose cars. I watched us lose houses, apartment. I don't even live in Ann Arbor no more because we lost our childhood home.
Damn.
So, I've been through a lot. I lost close friends out there. I lost people who should be with me on this couch right now. So, like, I've been through a lot. You feel me? And my story is untold. Nobody know me for real. So when they see that off the porch interview and they hear Ann Arbor, all they think is, oh, Ann Arbor is good and Ann Arbor is this, and he's probably just a kid, just, running off at the mouth. But
I mean, it's not like we know the sectors of all these cities precisely. You know what I'm saying? I know beautiful areas in Detroit, many beautiful areas in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? And I know the only place that I know doesn't have anything crazy going on is like West Bloomfield. I'm almost positive there's nothing crazy going on in West Bloomfield. But that bitch is like mountains. And
see, I don't even be in West Bloomfield. I don't even know what could be going on.
It's all rich folks out there, man.
West Bloomfield.
When you drive to West Bloomfield, they have like a checkpoint. They got to make sure your car is clean and shit. They got to make sure you got like a Benz or like a Lexus before you can even drive through. But seriously though, so growing up, you at a young age, you're helping your mom. You're a financial
and it
supporter.
wasn't just me though. It was my sister. You feel me? Like, I give the most props to my older sister. My sister helped raise me and my brother and my little sister. Yeah. When my mom was working every single day, my sister was there buying food for us.
Did your father was he around at all?
My father was there. My father worked too. My father was always there,
Amazing.
But at the same time, just because you got two parents in a household don't make, the household that's, the best household. My household wasn't, you feel me, like all cherries and blossoms, like we grew up a different type of way.
Man, I think that, your music shows a lot of real raw emotion, and that can only come from a real place of experiences that, many people probably don't want to avoid, you know what I mean? Talk about the inspiration for your music. Where does your music really come from?
I feel like my music really comes from, just like I said before, like everything I've been through, like my emotion, like you said, like how I'm feeling. But like it all just comes from just, like really just me wanting to do this so bad. I love music, all my life. I've been doing music since I was 5 years old, I've been like, for as long as I can remember, like everybody around me, they know like when they ask me what I want to be when I get older, I say a rapper, like I never wanted to be nothing else. So I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So like when I'm making music, it just feels so normal. I don't even know where it comes from. It really no more, like, cause at this point, like it's just something that is just so immune to me. Like I can do it. It just comes to me so easily.
When did you start making music?
I started recording in the studio when I got my own studio when I was about like 13, 14 years old. My dad had bought me a little cheap microphone, like a little $12 microphone.
Damn.
And, we had, my mom had this old work computer that she used to do her work on. And it was like a little slow Dell slow Dell computer. And I used to record on that. And that's how I used to make my music. I used to make it in the living room right there in front of like where my little sister used to lay and sleep in her crib. And I used to record right there every single day, and that's just when it started. Like I went from taking my money that I was working to investing it into going to the real studio, and then when that didn't work, I went and bought my own studio, and now that's just how I just
so right
record.
now you got your own studio?
Yeah.
That's crazy as fuck.
My own booth, my own setup, everything. Like I don't pay for studio time.
Smart. Talk about the first introductions to people hearing about your music. What was like the first times you actually got to experience your music?
I never forget this. And shout out to Auntie Nay, because she was my coach. She a viral TikTok. On TikTok, she viral. She was my coach in 9th grade and for basketball, freshman basketball. And I'll never forget, I dropped a song the day we had a basketball game called Open. And I just never forget, she was running through the plays for our game in the coaching room.
Yeah.
And my phone just going crazy, and I pull my phone out and I just look, and I'm just seeing like, damn, like it's just a bunch of mentions in your story, mention. Like I ain't never experienced nothing like this before. Like my heart kind of racing. I'm like, dang. Yeah. So I opened up my phone. The first thing I seen was like, it was this girl that I knew. Like for some reason, I just was like, I don't know why. Like she would never mention me in her story. So I'm confused on why she's doing it now. So I clicked on it, and when I clicked on it, it had my song on Apple Music on all platforms, and I had never. This was my first time ever being on all platforms, on Apple Music, Spotify, on everything, all like distributed on everything. So when I seen that, I'm like, oh yeah, it's up. And then I clicked the next one. It was just my friend in his car just going, banging my song, and then my coach, she just turn around and just say, Artdogg, put your phone away. And then I just was like, dang, like. It's crazy. Like I need to keep dropping. And then from there on out, I just kept dropping every single month. I dropped the song on all platforms.
Man, so you got a real high boost from the song Open.
Yeah.
And then it's like you knew you could keep that momentum going.
Yeah.
Man, what was the next big hit after that where you noticed you were getting a lot of reception?
It was What You See. It was this song called What You See that I dropped. Right? Like, it's like right before, like a couple songs after I dropped Open. I dropped like two more songs after that, and I dropped a song called What You See. And this particular song, it was kind of like more on a melodic vibe, me like kind of singing a little bit. And it was my first time ever really trying it for real. So when I dropped that, I knew my friend Imani, he messed with the song. So he called me and was like, well, let me use this as an edit on my highlight reel back when he was going to Lincoln. And he used it as a highlight reel, and he put it on his Instagram page, and that boy went up. It just went up, had over like 20,000 views.
Man?
Yeah.
Damn, son. What a fucking gold hit.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's my brother for real though. But
Monty Bates is your boy?
Yeah, that's my dog.
Damn.
But
and this is before everything, right? Like this is like while he's on the rise, but
yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
This was when he was at Lincoln, when he was like, before they won the year they won the little state championship. He put it on his page, and it just went up. And then after that, the song went out. Everybody was trying to tell me like, "Where's the song?" Everybody commented, "Where's the song?" So I dropped the song, and when I dropped the song, it just went up after that. Like,
that's so crazy, bro. Damn, that's the craziest. Like you didn't even think anything of it for real, and it just banged out.
Yeah, like when I first heard it, I didn't even really like it for real. Like, and that song is still like one of my biggest songs getting streamed right now to this day. And I dropped that back in like 2018.
Do you know what the total streams on that is yet?
Right now, Apple Music got over 20,000 streams. On SoundCloud, it got over 10,000. And then Spotify, it has a little bit over like 6,000, I think.
Damn, son. Damn, man.
But Apple Music is just like my biggest source of stream revenue.
Apple Music's crazy right now, bro.
Yeah.
Even though they don't pay you guys that much, but it's still crazy.
Yeah, for real.
So after that, you got heavy momentum, right?
Yeah, definitely.
What was your next move after that?
My next move after that was I dropped one more song called No Hook. That did it did the same amount of traction as well. And then after that, I dropped. COVID came a little bit because around this time I'm still in high school when I'm doing all this. I'm still going to school every single day. While I'm shooting videos, recording, paying for promo, all that.
Is this around the time you're working with JR?
Yeah, this is when I did all that. I was during the COVID. I'm still in school, going to school every day. So that was my next move. I did a song with JR. My cousin, he knew his manager. I don't know if he still managed JR at the still right now, but Cuddy, who owned the Wealthy store, my cousin knew him. He had did work with him in the past and did stuff with him in the past. So he kept telling him he got a cousin who rap, which was me at the time. And, he was telling him I got a cousin who rap. I'm trying to get JR on the song. And JR blessed me with a feature off The Love. He did it like for a low price. It wasn't that much. And, he did the verse, and my cousin called me the next day. Like, JR did it one day, cranked the verse out in one day. My cousin called me on the phone, and he just banging the song, like, playing it, JR verse, and I knew it was official when I heard that "Let's Get a Bag" tag, like, in the song.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm like, dang, like, I really got a song with JR, because growing up, like, you feel me, like, my cousins and everybody, like, we all used to listen to that. Like, we used to listen to JR, F&B, like, we used to play Molly Brazy, all that shit back in the day, like, in the house. So, when I had, like, getting a song with that, and with him, like, it was kind of like, it felt like kind of like a little trophy in a way, because, nobody from Ann Arbor or around that area was doing that. Nobody ever did a song with that. And JR had told me that, like, so, I felt like, I was, I'm doing something. Like, that made me feel like I'm really doing something now. Like, I'm making a move.
Oh, absolutely, man. When you get love on a feature price, bro, especially from somebody like JR, it's like a way of them saying, like, man, for real, I would do this for the love, but, I always got to get a little bit of something.
Yeah.
Just because they know it's fire. So after JR, do you start getting noticed? You're obviously getting more noticed in more cities now, obviously.
Yeah, definitely.
What was the presence building up to be like? Where were you building most of your fan base from there after that?
My fan base, like, was coming up from, like, a little bit of everywhere. Like, I got, like, mostly, right now it's Detroit, Ann Arbor, and then, like, outside of Michigan, like, for some reason, South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida. I know San Francisco is a place that's really booming. I got, like, at least, like, over 10,000 some streams going out that way right now. Like, when I did that song, it opened up a lot of doors around, like, to cities and little areas, like a bunch of little cities around Michigan. Like, I'm probably getting streams from everywhere in Michigan. I'm not gonna lie, like, cause, like, I know right now, like, Michigan is really the top state that, of course, is the top state that I'm getting streams from. But
absolutely, the song "Better Days," man, obviously hit a lot of people's heartstrings. And I don't know if it was reference from Tupac or anything like that, but or inspired or anything like that, but obviously a lot of people were fond of that song. Can you talk about the creation of it?
Man, like, when I made that song, like, my family, we was going through a lot. My mom, she had just got diagnosed with, like, depression and, like, bipolar, so, disorder. So she had checked herself into a mental, like, institution to get herself together. Like, so she could be there for her kids, really. So it was just really me, my brother, my sisters, and my dad. And my dad, he worked a lot, so he was really never there. Like, he was just, like, always working for real. So it was really just us for real. Yeah. So that's when my sister really stepped up for real and was just, really taking care of us. And that was for, like, almost a year. So, like, when I was doing, like, during that process, I was really emotional, going through a lot. My mom wasn't there for Christmas. She missed Thanksgiving. She missed New Year's. Like, she was really trying to get herself together. So when, like, I was just in a place where, you feel me, like, I want to make something for her. Like, we going to see better days at the end of the day. Like, and I'm going to change it, and I'm going to make sure that happens.
Amazing, man. Amazing. With that being something that stood out, I think a lot of the city recognized that song, and people were getting motivated by it. Did you get reached out by anybody? Did anybody tap in with you to work?
Yeah, like, when I made that song, I had, a lot of people tapping in with me. I know, well, not even just particularly to that song. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, that song for real, like, it just brought more, like, people coming to me telling me, like, oh, like, this song is motivating me. Like, I had a lot of people telling me, like, this song made me think, like, like, I had people coming to me telling me, like, oh, I had just one girl text me telling me, like, her sister had, this heart, she had just had this heart operation, and, that song helped her, through it. She listened to that song a lot going through that. So, I just had a lot of, like, inspiration, motivational feedback. It wasn't really like people coming to me telling me like I want to work. It was more like more of a good feedback response, like people telling me something I wouldn't expect, really, like people telling me things that I wouldn't really hear for real.
Yeah, like how it connected with them.
Yeah.
And inspired them, which is dope. That's the whole point of music, right?
Yeah.
The connection you build with other people.
Yeah.
Through your story. Talk about doing it alone for a while and then having to build a team around you.
I mean, it was hard. Like, like I said, I started taking this serious when I was like 15, 16 years old, like really investing money, like paying for music videos, paying for studio time, like on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
So like I went through a lot of like messing around with the wrong people, getting taken advantage of, like just putting my money in places where, not making good investments, really, just putting it in places where I could have put it in other places, not putting it there, like, and just making a lot of, making a lot of mistakes, but that's just what happens when you're learning and you're going through it by yourself and you don't got a team in the beginning. And that made me realize what kind of people I need around me and what kind of team I do need to build to succeed and, start building the kind of traction that I want. And once I did build that type of team and got those people around me, like I'm doing stuff like this, I'm doing off the porch, I'm shows, like, I'm opening up for a lot of artists that, I wouldn't even seen myself opening up for.
I know you opened up for Twista and Sukiana, man, which is really dope.
Yeah.
Can you talk about those experiences?
Those was like opening up for Twista. That was crazy, man. I'm not gonna lie, because I used to listen to Twista when I was a kid. Like I remember my dad playing Twista in the car while we used to ride around. So like, when I got the calls like saying this was a possibility, we could, set this up. Like it made me think like, dang, like we really doing something for real. Like dang, I'm about to open up for somebody that I used to listen to for real.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy. The fans was coming up to me telling me dang near like I had it more lit than him.
Shit.
So like it was a great experience. So
amazing, bro.
Yeah, for real.
What about with Sukiana?
Sukiana, that was lit too, down at Hart Plaza. I like that one. That was smooth. It was my first time really doing outside, being an outside environment, dealing with a crowd that, like don't know me at all, like for real. Like, it was good. I had a great feedback reaction, and it was just lit. Like, they had a lot of, just a lot of girls out there just going crazy and shit like that.
Oh man. As far as getting a stamp in the city, do you care about being represented from the local areas? Do you care like of getting recognition from Detroit, or are you thinking like you're thinking mainstream, or are you thinking outside of that level?
I'm always thinking mainstream. I'm always thinking, outside of the box. That's just me. But at the same time, like Michigan, you feel me? Like this is Michigan, like I feel like when you coming up, you gotta go through Detroit. And at the end of the day, like, I feel like that's what I'm, you feel me, really going through right now is trying to get through that, and at the end of the day, like if they respect me, they respect me. If they don't, they don't. Like that's just what it is right now, how I feel, because I already get a lot of respect from people out there, and then I don't get respect from people out there. Like I got people like trying to like tarnish me and, troll me and a lot of bullshit.
Trolling really doesn't really matter. It just gives people more awareness to your music. You know
Yeah, really, that's what it really do.
Every time
real.
I see an artist get upset about like whatever they got clickbaited or whatever, I'm like, bro, that's just more people listening to you, and they can decide. The people who tap in can decide if they like your music or not.
Yeah,
and that's how it always works. There's people who I've seen get trolled, and I'm like, let me listen to his music, and I'm like, damn, I'm a fucking fan of this dude. Like this shit's fire. It's all exposure, bro. Talk about some of the most for yourself personally, the biggest goals that you've had that you've been able to reach.
I feel like one of my biggest goals that I've been able to reach right now is surpassing over 1 million streams.
Yes, man.
Like all on all platforms, like together. Like that's just like was a big goal for me. Like I've been doing music all my life, so the fact that I did 1 million streams just in general, like, it's crazy to me. So like that's one of the big goals. And then I could just say like just dropping my project, like it took a lot for me to put that together, and it was just a lot during the process for us to get it out. And so that's just another thing that I'm really proud of doing, is just because, I did that like, it took us almost a whole year to roll that out. And so like it just now that we rolled it out and we about to roll out this deluxe, like you feel me, like I'm proud of that. Like, you know, I did that.
Yes, man. Talk about the project in a whole, man. How did you contemplate, putting together the project?
I mean, how I thought, like my thought process, it was like, you know, because I was going through a lot, like in that process. Like I lost my grandma and my granddad, like who were both married, like at the same, like around the same time. You know, my grandma died, and then my grandpa died, then my grandma died right after. So like, it kind of hit me all at once, and then we lost our childhood home that I grew up in. So like, while I'm in the midst of working on all that, like we just had a lot of stuff going on. So like,
what happened to the home? It was like demolished or something, or did somebody just buy it?
Like, and where I'm from right now, it's just like, you know, in Arrowwood, like it was just a lot of like new management going on and stuff like that. And you know, my parents, you feel me, like they split up. So you feel me, like it was just like they didn't want to, you feel me, like in that process, it was just hard to keep the house out there.
Damn.
So we had lost that house out there.
Man.
Cause my mom, she dipped. She was gone. She had got her own little spot. And my dad got his own little spot. So it was just like, it was over with for that spot, basically. We lost that spot. You feel me? So like, and I had to go get my own spot, you know, like, so like, it was just a lot going on while I'm in the process of working on a whole project that I'm about to release to the fans, you know? So it put me in a mindset where like, okay, well, I got, you feel me, I'ma just let them in a little bit on what I'm going through. And I ain't gonna lie, a lot of people don't even know, you feel me, the stuff I'm saying, a lot of people don't even really know that for real. Like, this is my first time really even really going into full depth and really talking about these situations and like letting people know about that. Like, a lot of people don't really know that for real. Like, so like, I'm glad I'm getting to be able to, you feel me, let people know like a little bit what I'm going through and what I've been going through, because like, feel me, shit get real in the field over here too, for real, man. Like, and I feel like that's what gave me the energy to do that project and put it out, because like, I lost my grandma, I lost the place that I grew up in, found love for music, and I lost my granddad who gave me my first notebook to write my first song in, you know, and gave me a pen and paper and put it in my hands and said, you can do it. Yes. You know, these was my motivations, you know, like I lost my mentor, the person who, you feel me, told me like, you feel me, you can take off with this shit for real. So like, it just put me in a place where, okay, like, I gotta do it for them, you know, like this is what they'll want me to do. So yes. I put that project out, and it was really just like kind of like a tribute towards them, like, you feel me, because that's what really made me go ghost. What made me take a step back a little bit and really think like, damn, like, feel me, like I didn't think this could happen. Tables could turn on you so quick, like, you feel me, like when after that off the porch interview, you know, life was on the up for me. You know, I'm doing good, you feel me, I'm chilling, I'm living life for real. I'm going state to state, I'm leaving, I'm in and out, like, you feel me, I'm seeing places I've never seen before. I'm hopping on first class flights and shit. You know, I'm getting flown out to places. I'm getting, you know, having label meetings and shit like that. So it's like, damn, like, then I can lose people like that's so close to me in the snap of the fingers. Yeah. It kind of put me back into reality for real. That's what I say for real.
Yeah, and it's like, it's a tough thing in the personal life to manage the music at the same time, like you're saying. You're going through real life shit, but all these other good things are happening at the same time. It's like you gotta still balance things out. So, what's been recent for you? What's been the newest things that you've been trying to conquer?
Right now, I'm just, you know, we just working on like I feel like just really getting that real notice for real, that real recognition. I feel like I'm right there, like you said, like I just need the exposure for real. I just feel like I'm trying to get that exposure. That's really what like my next, you know, it's what we're really working on now, is just trying to get me out there and get my face out there more to the people, and get like the people like knowing, okay, this is you, this art, you know?
Yeah, interviews help a lot, man. Kind of like puts the face to the music and everything.
Yeah.
What's some of your favorite Detroit music to listen to, or what influences did you get from the Detroit music scene?
Like I said, that's why All-Star JR was one of you feel me, like, it felt good because All-Star JR was a person I'd ride to for real, like, on my own time. So, like, I say JR, I know FMBDZ, you feel me? I listen to a lot of him, you know, who else? Payroll, I fuck with a lot of Payroll.
Payroll is legendary.
Payroll, yeah, he legendary for sure. I Swear. I remember my dad playing I Swear back in like 2012 and shit. We riding through Ann Arbor. We're listening to I Swear and shit. I'm asking my dad, who is this? And this, my dad telling me this I Swear, and I'm trying to find the song and shit. And I can't find the song and shit because I think he listening to some bootleg I Swear and shit. Like
bootleg I Swear is crazy.
Like, you feel me? He got the CDs and shit, you know.
Bootleg I Swear, that's gonna go viral.
Like, you feel me? But like, so like that shit kind of like, you know, like those were people who I listened to, and I listened to I'm trying to think. I don't want to be leaving nobody else out.
Sure, you listen to Sada, Skilla.
Sada, yeah, I listened to a lot of Sada. I listened to a lot of Sada, especially back in like 2019. Like when I was in 9th grade, I was Sada'd out. Like we was bumping Sada at the parties because me and my brother, we used to throw a lot of parties. So we throw parties, shit. We listen to Sada and shit. Then like I listen to Skilla, like of course we listen to Skilla, and I think that's pretty much it. Like I don't try to like lean into too much of Detroit music because like just off the simple fact I don't want my sound too much sounding like Detroit. Yeah. No shade to Detroit because I love Detroit music. Like that, you go on my phone right now, it's a bunch of Detroit shit in there.
No, there's movie directors out there that say they personally don't watch some of their favorite directors' movies just because they don't want to get too influenced by it. You know?
Yeah.
Which is a real thing that happens. I think one time I came up with an idea, and then when I was doing it, I was like, wait a minute, I'm fucking stealing this idea from Homeboy.
Yeah.
And like,
yeah.
You get influenced easily sometimes.
Yeah, I just want to, like, you feel me, stay in my own lane, but also still have a little bit of hint of that little shit in there, you know, just do it my own way.
Absolutely. Can you tell everybody the newest projects to look forward to from you?
I got a deluxe coming out to my project that I just dropped, Sorry I Went Ghost, out now on all platforms and shit. I'm about to drop this Sorry I Went Ghost Deluxe, of course. That's going to be coming out really when this interview be out. That shit should be out.
You got a date or anything like that?
I really don't want to throw a date at the fans because like how I'm trying to do it is on some incognito shit, you know, just throw it out there on them for real. But
I mean, I'm just been doing that sometimes. I mean, I'm just be dropping shit. I don't know, like the fuck.
Yeah, like
drop a whole album, not even tell anybody. Like, right.
Yeah, like that's how I'm kind of planning on it, but. Just know, be on the lookout, like be checking your phone and shit. Just that shit gonna
be the new
out.
wave. I think dropping music without telling people is the new thing, man. I swear, I think that's the new wave. I just feel like when somebody tells me they're about to drop a tape, and then you hear all these previews, it's like, man, I already know what I'm about to hear. Kind of, I'm straight. But if you just drop it, like PZ just drops 10 o'clock at night on a Friday, I'm like,
nah, yeah, like I'm like you literally it's just gonna be out and they just gonna see it and we're like, damn, what the fuck? I just dropped.
Might as well go peep it real quick.
Nah, for real.
We got so much entertainment and media to consume. It's like we don't really care about what's coming up for real.
For real though.
Unless it's like some crazy shit or like, I don't know, man. Tupac is coming out with a new movie somehow. I don't really give a fuck. Hey, you ever see the Tupac Biggie movies?
Yeah,
have you seen like the people that they have casted in it?
Nah,
like,
that shit be crazy, but they don't be. And I was a big Tupac and Biggie fan growing up, so the fact that they be having them people on there, they be doing them legends like that should be really making me mad.
Yeah, All Eyes on Me had the worst Tupac casting ever.
Yeah, like I went to the movies and seen that when that movie came out. Like my sister, she took me to go see that because she knew how big of a Tupac fan I was. Yeah. So when we went to go see it, like we was just so disappointed. And then we was in there with a bunch of grown folks. Like, and they just, all you hear is them talking shit about the movie. It was just, yeah. And then, like, I think I heard one man, like, that ain't Pac, like, in the whole movie and shit like that. Like, the only thing that was good about that movie for real was the music. Yeah. Like, the music that they had in there. They chose every song that I wanted to hear for real, like, I heard in that movie.
Yeah, I think they did Biggie's movie way better.
Oh, yeah.
I think Notorious was a way better film. Notorious, they casted Biggie Smalls pretty close.
But I feel like for that movie, they had the right people in charge for that movie that was creating that movie to make it come out like that. Like I feel like it's always about who you have doing the movie that makes the movie come out like because like I said if John Singleton made that Tupac movie, that would have been a different game. That shit probably would have been crazy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Or even if Spike Lee or somebody, give me somebody, bro, that knows the game. Like, how did you cast? That's basically like Kel Mitchell was playing Tupac in that movie. Like, that's what it looked like to me with a bandana on. I'm like, what? When I seen that shit for the first time, I swear, when I seen that new Tupac movie come out, All Eyes on Me, I thought it was I thought it was a Tubi movie. I swear, I was like, this is not a real movie. This is like some kids from school making this movie real quick about Tupac. Like, when are we gonna get the real Tupac movie? Then I realized this is the real Tupac movie. I was like, it can't be.
That should be crazy.
I wonder who they're gonna do next.
They're doing a Michael Jackson biopic. They're supposed to be coming out with one of those.
Damn, that'd be kind of cool.
I seen that. Like, They work. It's supposed to be coming out 2026. And Michael
Bro,
Jackson.
who the hell would be able to play?
No,
Michael
the
Jackson?
nigga they got playing him though look just like him though. So I'm kind of excited for this
That sounds dope.
because I ain't never really seen the Michael Jackson biopic that did come out. That was old as hell, you know.
Oh yeah, the NWA one was good.
Oh yeah, that was good.
That was
But
great.
like I said, they had the right people doing that movie. They had damn
Ice
near.
Cube's son was in it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, damn near. The only controversy about that movie was Eazy-E has a son.
Yeah, and
Lil
they didn't-
Easy.
yeah.
And they didn't cast him, which was kind of wild.
But I feel like Dog who played, I forgot his name.
he did kill it.
He killed it.
Yeah, he did kill
Dog who played him, bro, he did his thing.
it. Yeah, I really thought that was easy for a second. I was
Yeah,
like,
the only thing
damn.
he just didn't look like Easy, but at the same time, it's just about like how he acted like Easy. That was
Yeah.
literally how that people said. Like what I heard was people said that's how Easy really was.
Mhm.
So like that's all that really matter. I feel like, you feel me. The lookalike is just a plus. Not everybody's just gonna look like the person they're playing for.
Yeah, because even
exactly.
Biggie and Notorious did not actually look like Christopher Wallace. It was
Yeah.
kind of like
It was just a
close.
resemblance.
Yeah,
Like,
but
he
it was
had
the
things of
personality was
resemblance.
kind of there a little bit.
Yeah, like he could play Biggie for real.
Yeah. And then I think like after that, like as far as rap's concerned, I didn't really hear too much other shit. I think the Mike Tyson movie, I don't even know if that came out. Did it?
Nah, that little Jamie Foxx shit that they
Did it-
said. Yeah, I've been waiting on that since Jesus was a boy.
I'm waiting on the Mike Tyson fucking movie too.
For
That's gonna
real.
be crazy as hell.
Like I don't know when I'm like, damn, I've been looking it up on the internet. I'm seeing pictures of Jamie Foxx and shit. I'm like, damn, they just probably didn't, the budget got cut.
Yeah, they better not pump fake that one because I actually wanted to see that shit.
They probably just gonna just drop like how they do with the music, just drop it on our ass with the movie. Like,
Yeah,
just, boom, you just see the trailer. This nigga Jamie boxing somebody and shit.
Yeah, for
For real.
Oh man, it was good chopping it up with you, bro. Look forward to listening to all the new projects and the project that's out now, man.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate how you got into detail today about everything. Like I said earlier, bro, people are always gonna have something to say, but if you don't have haters, bro, then you don't got shit else for real,
Nah,
bro.
for real.
That's what builds the awareness of anybody. And I always tell artists this, every fucking major mainstream artist you ever heard of has backlash or has something where people can point something out about them.
Yeah.
But they're the biggest motherfuckers in the world, so it only benefits them. It's like
Yeah.
they don't give a fuck. Go
Man,
say
I
what
just
you
feel
want.
like the shit I'm going through is just the shit that's gonna make me. You feel me? Like I'm just going through right now. Like ain't nobody from Ann Arbor really doing the shit that I'm doing for real. So it's
Bro,
like,
you gotta look at my podcast, bro. Remember how many people were going crazy at me? And
Yeah.
then now, like when I
They-
walk in the streets, it's like
yeah.
all I get is love and respect. And people
Yeah.
been like, "Bro, I fuck with you. I want to get on." But like 2-3 years ago, they're like, "Fuck you." You know
nah,
what
for
I'm
real.
saying?
Like they were trying to be talk crazy. Like I just feel like that's just how this shit go. It's just love and hate. That's how this shit go.
especially the people that got talent. All right, we're at Parallel Sound Studio, man. High Visual Shootings Productions. We're out. Peace.
Fire, man.